December come and Christmas song a play.
Christmas come and Christmas trees are blown.
Festive parties a session every day.
Christmas come and Christmas trees are blown.
Lots of smiles and laughter all about.
Christmas come and Christmas trees are blown.
Christmas is the ultimate kiddies wonderland as they take in the exciting sights and sounds of the season. But it's also important to keep them safe while they're having fun. To help us take a look today on Safemas, on how to travel with your kids and keep them safe, I have with me SSP Calvin Allen from the Police Traffic Division. SSP, how is it that you ensure that you take them out, keep them with you, and take them back home with you?
All right, thanks. The first thing is safety whilst driving. So the first thing that we want to mention clearly is to ensure that for the journey to that shopping plaza or otherwise, or to whatever engagement it is, ensure that your child is belted. Now, whilst in the plaza, we know that several children have gone missing. So the advice to parents, if your child has a phone, just ensure that the necessary number is placed at a particular area. So the police, upon receiving that child, is able to call to a particular number, and the whole aspect of connecting can take place from that perspective. Where the child doesn't have a cell phone, then ensure that on that child's person is some information as to who the child is, in case of anything, who should be called. So we really want for person not to take it for granted that what we have seen on the news can't happen to your child.
Now, what about events? Some of these events are small, some of them are big, especially the ones geared at kids. So there are a lot of other kids around, and your child might end up meeting a new friend or, God forbid, a stranger and be taken off. What are some of those guidelines that you have for parents to ensure that not only that their kids stay with them, but if they get disconnected, the child knows how to reconnect?
Well, one of the first things is for even parents themselves to ensure that they drill into their children the whole aspect of persons who are out there with ill intentions. And so when it comes on to strangers, they must develop mechanisms that will create for an alert. You must develop different techniques with your child as to what will cause an alarm to be raised. Whether you want the child to just suddenly squeal out or just move back into the group that they were with. Most time when those things happen, it is when a child drifts away and is alone. So you encourage them to stay within the group that they are with. Drill into your children that once anything is happening out of the norm, it's not a family member, it's not a friend, you don't know this person, a stranger, make your voice be heard, or some action that
jump, kick, scream.
Jump, kick, scream, anything that is going to raise that sort of an alarm is critical at that juncture.
We want persons to avoid taking the children to these crowded places, especially the very small children. We see where you take them to these events. Sometimes you have stampede and the children are injured. Sometimes they go to some of these places and the children get lost because you're not properly supervising them. Children are not allowed in events where alcoholic beverages are sold. And more so, children should not be sold alcoholic beverages. So for those persons who are putting on these events, they must ensure that they have a proper system in place to check identity of individuals. We know sometimes some of our children are trying to be very creative. They will dress up like big people and do things to get into these events. Sometimes the promoters knowingly allow the children to enter into these establishments. If we get information that underage persons are being served alcoholic beverages, we're going to lock them down. So we don't want persons to go about putting up these big investments and not protecting them by following the rules. Children, for the purpose of this, is under the age of 18. For alcoholic consumption and to work in those places, they should at least be 21 years old. but very, very important, the safety of the children are of paramount importance.
So let the kids explore and tantalize themselves with the festivities of the Christmas season. But don't forget to formulate a plan with them to ensure they get home safely this Christmas season. Until next time, I'm Peter Gay Coombs wishing you a merry and safe Mass.
Back home and Christmas song I play.
Christmas come and Christmas trees are blowing.
Festive parties a session every day.
Christmas come and Christmas trees are
Boy,
blowing.
lots of smiles and laughter all about.
Christmas